energy diminishes with every passing moment. But the ritual confirmed my affliction is not natural. I regret that I could not reveal the full nature of these dire circumstances until your trustworthiness had been demonstrated.
I'm not sure the Archcanon shares your assessment of me.
Yes. While Archcanon Tarvis has always been cautious about ideas and ideologies that didn't originate within the Tribunal. And recently, that prudence has grown 1,000-fold. He's a faithful servant, however, despite his narrow-mindedness.
What do you mean that your divine energy has diminished?
I've always used my power freely and without detriment. I create the blessing stars, hold the moonlit above the city, and perform 100 miracles a day to benefit my people. I begin to feel the toll this liberal application of divinity costs me.
But that's impossible unless there is an enemy in plain sight, since he's a god, so I'm guessing that he should be immortal? Do you think you're in danger?
I care little for my own safety, but my people are another matter. Without my power to stop it, the moonlit will crash into the city and kill hundreds, perhaps thousands of innocents. And that would be just the start of Vvardenfell's woes.
What moonlit? Okay, we may have to go around the city and look for that. You suspect the affliction isn't natural. I mean, how could it be? He's a living god.
At first, I barely noticed the loss of energy. But as I continue to grow weaker, the more it feels like an attack against my person. Besides, the Ancestor Spirit confirmed that an ancient enemy was to blame. We just need to determine who
Before...
Let us not dwell on disasters to come when we have problems enough to deal with in the here and now. Consult with Archcanon Tarvis and discover the source of this attack. Then we can put an end to it and not worry about what might have been.
What does the rest of the Tribunal think about all this?
They always chide me about my flagrant displays of divinity. But so far, I am the only one of the living gods whose power is fading. Almalexia hoards her energy and has barricaded her temple against attack. As for Sotha Seal...
What about Sotha Seal?
My brother travels. We have not heard from him for quite some time, but I sense that he remains safe and in possession of his full power. Funny. You always wanted to discover the limits of our divinity. Perhaps I will solve that mystery for him.
Okay, that is funny. I mean, Sotha Seal was the one who wanted to discover the limits of the divinity, and yet he's not the one who's experiencing this diminishing power. Well, goodbye, Lord Vivec. Let's find out what's causing that. Let's check out that staff, by the way. Decrease health enchantment. Well, it deals oblivion damage and increases your healing done by 6%. Where's that moonlit? Oh, that is a pretty big moonlit. That's an asteroid. Why is it over there? Let's go see what the Archcanon has to say.
I performed that ritual countless times, and it never exploded in my face before. If I discover that you sabotage the divination... No. I shouldn't take my failure out on you. It's not your fault that things are... difficult.
By difficult, you mean Lord Vivec's loss of power?
How do you know about... Lord Vivec told you? Of course he did. It's his prerogative, I suppose. You must swear to keep this secret, though. There would be panic in the streets if the people believed one of the Tribunal was incapacitated.
Lord Vivec said you might help investigating the source of the problem.
It's true. I'm much better at scholarly pursuits than fieldwork. And the ritual wasn't a total failure. It confirmed 3 locations from my earlier studies. Bolmora, Aldrin, and Barrelzar's tower. I need you to investigate each of these sites.
Tell me more about these locations before I head out.
I researched what I could using the resources available here in Vivec City. To learn more, I need an agent to personally assess each location. Lord Vivec thinks you're the best one for that job. I hope he's right.
Can you tell me anything about Barrelzar's tower?
I believe the mage seen in the ritual is Barrelzar, who works out of an ancient Velothi tower. His experiments radiate energy similar to Vivec's affliction, but they're not a perfect match. Find out what he knows about the transfer of divine energy.
What can you tell me about Balmora?
House Redoran controls the town and nearby mines. House Halalu also has interests in the region. Rumors of a cult in the area concern me the most. I believe we saw a cultist during the ritual. Make discreet inquiries and see what you can learn.
What kind of a cult are we talking about?
I have no idea. That's why we're sending you. I suggest you start at the inn. Secrets get spilled along with the drinks in such places. The miners may know something as well. I've heard that House Redoran has issued some kind of proclamation.
What do you know about Aldruin?
Savage Ashlanders, like the one seen in the vision, use the area as a tribal meeting ground. These nomadic heretics deny the divinity of the tribunal and have no love for Vivec. But how they could be involved eludes me. See what you can uncover.
Is there anything else I should know?
I traced tendrils of Vivec's energy to these locations, and the ritual confirmed the connection before it went awry. Just don't discuss Lord Vivec's condition with anyone. We don't want to start a panic. If anything changes here, I'll contact you.
Goodbye. Sure, let's go for it. We're investigating 3 different places? How far are they from the temple? Pretty much very far. What if we start... Let's just start with Balmora and then go to Aldruin. Or we can start with Barrelzar's tower and then head north after that. So I guess we'll be seeing the lovely view in each of these locations. What is happening with Vivec? It could be the Ashlanders because they don't see Vivec as a valid god. Then again, it could be some enemy we haven't met before. That's also an option. Wait. Am I going in the right direction? Yeah, we are. We'll then head east. Wait, I don't want to swim all the way there. I still want to use our horse. Whenever the water reaches, I think, ankle level of the horse, our character tends to just swim, like what just happened. And there's no way for us to speed up that process. So it takes a while. So I do prefer just using the horse on this land. Oops! Iron Hounds! Nope. Oh, no. Okay then. Too bad they caught up with us. Wait, let's use our health buff. I forgot we have a healing skill. Oh dear. There's an eye nearby. So the eye is a Morrowind Pathfinder. Striking locales are places of interest within the world. Discovering all of the striking locales in a zone will award that zone's Pathfinder achievement. Well, since we're going in that direction, why don't we just get it? This is probably it. Oh no, so many enemies. Darn it. Let's try to just make a run for it. As long as they don't knock us back down, we're pretty fine. Add Sotha discovered. Usually what happens is, as long as we continue running and they don't catch up on us, they'll just leave us be. Because there's only a certain area by which enemies can travel to. And when they reach the maximum distance, they just tend to go back. Okay, I like how the game is able to keep the exploration strength of Skyrim. That's the only game I've played of the Elder Scrolls series so far, and I haven't even finished it up until this point. So I'm only 35 hours or 34 hours in. Meanwhile, in this game, I've been playing this for about, what, 60 plus hours total? I just love it. It's definitely worth the purchase. So I got this Morrowind bundle with the recent sale they had. Not the Steam sale, but the sale before that. It was 50% off and it already includes the Morrowind pack. It's much more than enough. We just have to continue heading east. The skull in the south part of the map is a world boss, so it usually will take 2+ players to defeat. Ooh, what is this? Art of Kwama egg cooking. Oh dear, no! That enemy just went back to where it should belong. So I just picked up a lore book, the one with the purple covers on it. Those actually contribute to your map completion or your zone guide completion. What I usually do is I don't read them anymore since they're stored in our journal entry anyway. Now, this is our lore books. Are scattered throughout the world. These books are identified by their distinctive purple glow. Discovering these books will improve your mage's guild rank and advance the associated skill line. Shalidor, isn't he the keeper of books back in Skyrim? The one in the College of Winterhold? If I'm not mistaken, guys, let me know. Let me know. I really have to get back to playing Skyrim. I'm already in that part. I think I'm already in the last part of the Mages Guild. We finally reached the tower. Barrels are.
Oh, such displeasure and disappointment. Nothing works, even though every calculation is precise. Now an interruption. How infuriating. Wait. Sometimes the great gear turns from frustration to opportunity.
Do you know anything about divine energy?
Divine energy? I'll have you know I participated in Lord Sotherseal's 9 analyses of the exalted enigmas. But we have more important matters. I'm about to determine the correlation between color and time, and I could use another set of hands.
If I help, will you answer my questions?
A reciprocal exchange. Interesting, yes. I can see the benefits of such an arrangement. Very well. Just activate the crystals in the proper sequence while I modulate the energy flow. Less chance of an explosion that way.
What do you want me to do again?
Such a waste repeating words. Activate the crystals in the proper order. It's all about colors, like a rainbow. Make a mistake and reset the mechanism using that lever, unless it explodes. You'd be surprised how often that happens.
Like a rainbow, got it. Sure. Help complete Barrel Czar's experiment. So it's Roy Jabiv. Red.
A good start. Keep going.
Orange. We don't have any orange. Let's go for the yellow one.
Correct. So far, so good.
And then green.
Nice footwork you are.
Blue and then purple. Violet, I mean.
Very close. One more to go. Yes, I love it when the gears align.
Cool. Wonderful. What is that for?
Perfect. Such are the benefits of an extra set of appendages. The energy flows freely and without disruption, allowing the rods and the pistons to align in a most pleasing manner. Thank you. Now, why do you want to know about divine energy?
Well, I was sent to ask you about the transfer of divine energy.
Sent? How intriguing. I was just thinking about my former master, Sorcerer, and the experiments we conducted. He desperately sought to understand the power he and his companions attained, especially whether or not that power was temporary.
What? You mean Sorcerer and the rest of the tribunal weren't gods before? Because how were they able to attain that power? Okay, now this story has got me way more intrigued than it should. Did Sorcerer reach a conclusion?
Not while I assisted him. He had a tool that he used to drain away minute bits of his own divine energy to store and study. He could extract it and return it as he saw fit. Not sure what became of the tool, but here are my notes from those days.
Has that tool been misplaced and used somewhere else? These notes should be helpful. Can I ask you a few more questions?
More questions? Well, Lord Sorcerer attributed curiosity to intellectual superiority. Suppose I should do the same. Ask, and I will attempt to tighten the cogs of your ongoing education as best I can.
That tool you mentioned, is it a weapon?
Odd question. Is a hammer a weapon? A saw? A Dwemer spring spanner? No, it was just a tool. A device crafted by Sorcerer to aid in his endless experiments. Suppose I could imagine ways to modify the device, but for what reason?
Do you know where the tool is now?
Haven't a clue. Tools have a way of wandering off when you don't stay vigilant. I had a guar that used to swallow tools when I wasn't looking. Glowed for a month until the enchantment dissipated and the tool passed. Should have heard the screams.
You worked with Sorcerer?
I was his apprentice, but that was years ago. Spent time working in the Clockwork City. That's what I learned about energy transference, Dwemer engineering, mechanical symmetry. Made me the dark elf I am today. I have a question. Who sent you?
Archcanon's Harvest sent me.
The Archcanon? Lord Vivek's High Priest? Suddenly the gears align. I can think of a number of reasons that Aldmeri would want to know about C and his tools, but some doors just shouldn't be opened.
Tell me more about him.
He's the father of mysteries and the architect of time, one of the tribunal, the three living gods of the Dark Elves. Creates all sorts of helpful and intriguing devices, like the Clockwork City. I haven't seen my old master in many years.
What's the Clockwork City?
It's a wonder and a miracle. All brass tunnels, glass domes, and giant gears. He was inspired by the work of the Dwemer. The Clockwork City is pure Sorcerer. He made it to forge the future and reshape the world. I learned a lot there.
Forge the future? You mean he's controlling everything in that city? I wonder if we'll get to see it. Goodbye. Let's go see the other two areas. Okay, there's another eye east of where we are, but I think we can just forgo that and continue on with our quest. Let's go to Balmora. Very, very far away. But I see no problem getting there. Another way shrine. Man, this map is huge to say the least. But Denunci was telling me a couple of days ago that the map in Morrowind, in the actual game Morrowind, is much bigger than the one over here in Elder Scrolls Online. Molag Mar Way Shrine, nice. But my guess is that the reason is to allow more people to explore a smaller area of the map rather than expansive ones, because I don't think people will have the time to do so, to explore those huge maps in the original games. So we're just going to follow this path. Oh my dear, we are very far off to get to Balmora. Well, okay then. Whoops! Luckily, we don't crash into rock formations in this game. Otherwise, we would have been dead. but this one follows some laws of physics, such as falling from a high distance. What happens is there's a chance for us to die when we do so. So just be careful. This is not Borderlands, you guys, where we can just jump off from one area to the next without worrying if we're alive or not. This minimap is very advantageous. This is just an add-on because it's not part of the game. So initially we only had the compass located in the top center of our screen, but the minimap is a huge relief instead of pressing M all the time to search where we should go. Mirandus discovered. Okay, so this icon, the one that we just passed by, is a crafting station. Here, set stations are locations in the world where you can craft items with specific set bonuses. That must be the Red Mountain. Whoa. These are not our enemies, at least.
Halt, Fetcher!
What?
Maybe your small mind can understand if I speak slowly.
I won't pay? Wait, how did that happen? I'm now a fugitive. What? I don't recall us stealing or doing any bad things for us to warrant that bounty. Oh my dear. I don't suppose we can enter that hall then. Cut and run. Achievement unlocked. I guess we're just gonna have to find our way around. Darn it. Okay guys, we are finally in Balmora and it took us pretty much 5 minutes to get here. Cool. But we still have a bounty of 42 gold located on the lower right-hand corner of the screen, so we have to stay away from these guards.
Halt, Fetcher!
Oh no!
If I had a gold piece for every lowlife I had to deal with, I'd be rich. I'll settle for the bounty.
Darn it, let's just pay for it. I mean, I don't want to keep hiding from those guards. Darn it.
They want us to go outside the house to find Vaya.
Wait, House Redoran Proclamation. Examine. Gather information. Okay. House Redoran Proclamation by order of the House Guard and the Redoran High Council. The Shulk ore mine is closed and all operations toward reopening the mine have been suspended. Workers should stay away until further notice. And visitors are strongly cautioned to avoid the area on pain of fine or imprisonment or both. This includes you, Crew Chief Hondolf. Who is that? Note that every effort shall be made to locate the missing mine workers as soon as possible. What happened to those workers? Imagine if we did not pay off that bounty. We would be using stealth and running the risk of increasing it even more. Would have been horrible. Well, initially I should have paid that 19 gold bounty. Oops. We're already out of the circle. I try not to steal any of the crates from the citizens just because I don't want to pay any bounty, but if I could get away with it, then sure, why not?
Please, this one needs to get out of here. Those cultists.
Oh, it's above.
insane.
Cultists are insane?
I'll be ready to leave soon enough. In the meantime, if anyone asks, you're just here to haul cargo.
So I'm not using our horse just in case we missed the area where we should go. Randy Netch Inn. There we go. Melissa Relevel.
I love seeing new faces. For a while, it was just the same old miners and the occasional traveling merchant. Thought Caroline might have to shut this place down. Look at me talking your ears off. What can I get you?
Any idea why visitors have been scarce?
At first, I assumed it was the usual house squabbles. Redoran and Hlalu arguments can get pretty heated. Then I thought maybe the Ashlanders were scaring people off. But after that proclamation... No, I'd rather not talk about that with a stranger.
What happened? What happened with that mine? I just want to help.
I'm sure you do, but I have to live here, you know? Look, there's nothing I can tell you. If the houses ever found out I told an outlander about our troubles... Maybe one of the miners will be more willing to talk to you.
Maybe if I paid for your trouble. Fine! Let's just pay her.
I like the color of your gold, Outlander. Just between us, I heard the House Guard shut down the Shulk ore mine. Something to do with violent cultists who attacked the miners and took over the place. Even got the crew chief, or so I heard.
So we will probably have to get rid of those cultists to open that mine operation. Find crew chief. Probably crew chief is inside that mine being held hostage by those cultists.
What happened? Let me see. I just tried to pet it.
That dog bit me. I like these anecdotes. It increases the liveliness of the world.
You shouldn't be here. Didn't you read the House Redoran proclamation? I wouldn't be here myself, but some of my miners are still in there.
Can you tell me what happened in the mine?
Our mine was invaded by violent cultists. They showed up and just took the place over. My people are trapped. I'm no expert, but it looked like the cultists were preparing to conduct a ritual before the Ashlander interrupted them.
Why do you think the cultists are conducting a ritual?
Probably because I heard one of them say, "With this ritual we'll call forth a mystical weapon and attain the power of a god." Or something along those lines. Look, I was just trying to get me and my miners out of there when the Ashlander showed up.
An Ashlander interrupted the cultists? What for?
Well, I never actually saw an Ashlander, but I heard a cultist yell, "Ashlander thief! That's our mystical weapon!" That's not an exact quote, but you get the idea. I don't know what happened after that. I was kind of busy trying not to die.
What kind of mine is the Shulk?
It used to be an ore mine, and we hope it will be again. My crew was inside preparing to start up mining operations when the cultists attacked. The way things are going, we might just have to turn the place into another Kwama egg mine.
I'll go into the mine and see what I can find out.
Really? That's awfully brave of you. If you see any of my miners, tell them to get their arses out here. I'll wait as long as I can. Or until I hear screaming. Then I'll go to Palmyra and try to find some help. Good luck in there.
Goodbye. Let's go and investigate what's up with this mine. What was that? Okay, nothing. Nothing of importance. Learn about Ashlander Thief. What did what did he or she steal? What weapon? Not after us. Okay. Red Exile instructions. My Red Exiles, I need you to infiltrate the mine outside Balmora and recover an item of great importance to our venerated cause, and to the elevation of Ashlanders everywhere. Currently, this item resides in the possession of the Nicotic cult, who plan to conduct a ritual in the mine to grant the item the ability to channel unfathomable power. Let the cultists begin the process, but acquire the item before they complete the ritual. The item lies in one of the deep chambers of the mine, most likely heavily guarded. Sneak in and steal the item. It has the appearance of a staff made of metal and gears. It is necessary to advance to the next stage of our cherished cause. Get the staff and bring it to me, and you will be one step closer to ending your exile and returning to the fold. CC. What I did with our skill so far is I put in all the points in our magicka. Since we're mostly we're using a magic build right now. Is it here? Oh, we have to kill these. Curate Iridno? Nope. Oh, we did level up. Nice. But we still have to defeat this. Don't run away from us. Yes! Goodbye. We're done, right? Okay, we can get out now. I won't be claiming the rewards in this cave or mine unless we attract more of those soldiers. Wait, where is the exit? Okay, just straight ahead. Glad there are a lot of people to fight those soldiers for us.
Did you find what you were looking for in the mine?
I'm not sure. I need to consult with my contact.
Of course. I perfectly understand. I think I'll wait a little longer and see if any of my miners were able to escape from the cultists. Good luck with your mission, whatever it is.